The return of the damned is nigh. Will you resurrect Flameheart and bring him back to the Sea of Thieves, or will you save Pendragon and banish Flameheart's soul forever? In this video we're going to be discussing who you should side with, and I don't ask this often, but do stick around until the end of the video. Subscribers to my channel will know that I've never really said this, but I genuinely think I can persuade you to be on Pendragon's side with really good reasoning and evidence, so stay tuned. If you do go on to enjoy this video, and then please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel an absolute ton, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. We're extremely close to 10,000 subscribers now, and I have some really awesome plans for when we hit it. Let's just get straight into it. This video will be split into two parts. The first will be a brief backstory and overview of both characters, Pendragon and Flameheart, as I know that there are a lot of new players who may not understand the true scope of what's going on here. And then the second will obviously be my thoughts and why you should save Arthur Pendragon. Again, keep watching to find out. I don't normally ask this, but I genuinely believe I can sway you here. Captain Sir Arthur Pendragon was raised by a powerful and noble family. Pendragon made his mark as an adventurer with a talent for dispatching the undead, a path that eventually led him to a cursed vessel known as the Black Witch, a ship that would ultimately be bequeathed to Pendragon himself. Having been pointed to the Sea of Thieves, this gentleman turned explorer soon found himself in league with the Order of Souls, before his own essence was imprisoned during a fateful encounter with the Skeleton Lord Greymarrow. Now that he's a free spirit once more, Pendragon continues to do what he can to defend the Sea of Thieves. We first encountered Pendragon in the Seabound Soul Tall Tale, where we adventured with him and eventually unwittingly released Flameheart. In the immediate aftermath, we joined Pendragon for yet another adventure to delve deep into the Heart of Fire, Flameheart's lair, to rescue his crew and stop a ritual to bring back the Ashen Lords. We see Pendragon again in Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life, who Pendragon himself persuaded Captain Jack Sparrow to go back to the world and save the Sea of Thieves, and Pendragon even made an appearance in a heroic battle in the final tale. Captain Pendragon is a powerful defender of the Sea of Thieves, and will do everything he can to protect the values on which it's built. The sacrifice Pendragon made in this latest adventure is not to be underestimated or valued. In life, Flameheart and his crew were known as some of the most fearsome marauders to reach the Sea of Thieves. They swore no allegiance, not even to the Pirate Lord, and gloried in the thrill of their many battles on the waves. The stronger their opponents, the better. After his skeletal transformation and subsequent resurrection as a ghostly gloating apparition, Flameheart's love of battle had grown into an all-consuming obsession with war and conquest. He believes it is his right to rule the Sea of Thieves, and will stop at nothing to assert his dominance and plunge the region into a never-ending conflict. Whether he's deploying ghost ship fleets or summoning sea forts from another realm, Flameheart's unfettered ambitions should not be taken lightly. Keep in mind, the developers, the writer, Chris Alcock, said that. Flameheart is a character that we have known about since before the Sea of Thieves launched. He is Sea of Thieves' big bad villain and is a ruthless warmonger who tricks, betrays as an overall evil person. If you've read the Heart of Fire novel, you know how much death, destruction, calamity and suffering Flameheart will and has brung. So then, now that you've heard the backstory, if you haven't already made a decision yourself personally, you probably have. Let's go over why you should save Pendragon and stop Flameheart's return. Flameheart is an interesting character. He'll be brought back anyways at some point, and he'll still be a prominent part of the story regardless. Now, what do I mean by this? Because they can't undermine the community's decision. The developers want Flameheart to come back. They probably do, let's be real. And so, they can do kind of anything they want. They can work around the decision point. They could say, I don't know, put his soul into the Servant of Flame's body. They won't do that, but you get the sort of idea. They can work around him being asked not to return to his body, if that makes sense. They can find other ways to do it. He needs to be brought back because the war needs to progress. However, Pendragon is such an important character. Realistically, if you bring Flameheart back, we're only ever going to fight him and properly interact with him in future Tall Tales, which are a long while away, and by then, there's a good chance he'll be back in some form anyway. If you bring him back, think to yourself, not canonically, gameplay-wise, what is going to change? Ask yourself, what's going to change? Zero zilch nada. Now, alright, I accept we don't know the consequences either way, but I'll get onto that in a second. As I've covered, Flameheart is an absolutely abhorrent person. He is horrible. Many Reapers are blinded by Flameheart's motives and ideologies, and whilst some see he offers the freedom of the pirate's life, free from the trading companies, even as the developers have said, he believes it is his right to rule the Sea of Thieves and will stop at nothing to assert his dominance and plunge the region into a never-ending conflict. Reapers, you have been brainwashed by Flameheart's ideologies. You need to change your way of thinking. It's funny because, as I said, literally the writer of the game said after his skeletal transformation and subsequent resurrection as a ghost of the goating apparition, Flameheart's love of battle has grown into an all-consuming obsession with war and conquest. How can you possibly want that for the future? Now, I understand that there are some of you out there, many of you out there who are Athena supporters. In fact, if it was an all-out war, it would be Athena that would win. So, you obviously already kinda swayed-ish towards Pendragon or feel somewhat guilty. So, I get your point of wanting to bring him back to kill him again. But what we don't realise is the possible consequences. The developers literally said that Flameheart has his own agenda and not even the Servant of the Flame is aware of. That's to me confirming he's going to do something that no one wants. Athena folks, you will regret this. Even so, it is better to be safe than sorry, because Pendragon won't be brought back. Flameheart will continue to be a prominent part of the story. Do you want to banish Pendragon for the sake of just knowing that Flameheart's out there somewhere? Because they won't undermine the community decision. Now I did say that they can work around Flameheart not being back. They can't work around Pendragon. How can you work around bringing Pendragon back? Whatever they do to Pendragon, if they bring him back in any way, that's undermining the community's decision. It is a completely bad choice to support Flameheart here. Flameheart is someone who has been teased since the launch of the game, and it would be awesome to fight him, I admit, and arguably we're currently stuck in a state of limbo with the war, but think about this. The content is still going to happen regardless. They plan their seasons so long in advance. They will not change the content in a season depending on your decision. Alright, some adventures and some parts of adventures may change slightly, but the still general gist of the story and where it's going is going to remain the same. We're still ramping up to some kind of war, and Flameheart doesn't need to be in a body for that, but Pendragon should be resurrected. Going back to what I said about consequences, yes, we can look at Los Santos. We don't know what would happen if the Reapers had won, but we're getting a port town now. That's brilliant. So yes, we don't know what's going to happen, but all Golden Sands, what happened with Golden Sands is they have furthered their plans, the good guys' plans. Good things are happening on Golden Sands, that's been confirmed. So if you support Flameheart, there is going to be a side effect that's going to mean something bad is going to happen, as I've just said. The Reapers have something planned, or Flameheart has something planned. They're going to further their plan. By supporting Flameheart here, you're not just supporting him this one time, you're really setting something up here. Pendragon is the way to go. We can save him and Flameheart will still be a prominent part of the story. There is nothing really that we gain out of bringing Flameheart back. Alright, he looks cool, but again, they can find a workaround. These are my personal thoughts, but I really do think this is the way to go. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. God, I'm going to get hundreds of them, I know. But let's just go over some other reasons. Shelly's on Pendragon's side. I mean, look at this image. Shelly's there, right? He has an amazing moustache. And Reapers, do you want a king, a ruler? Is that true freedom? Is a world of chaos true freedom? A world where you're blinded by ideologies, you're led into a false sense of security? Flameheart has his own agenda. Wake up to what is going on here. Also, I thought I'd clarify, Pendragon did sacrifice himself for a reason. He didn't just do it for fun. A lot of people seem to think that. Anyways, that does just bring us to the end of the video. As I say, let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below. If that didn't sway you, nothing will. I'm really excited for Return of the Damned and make the right choice. Pick Pendragon's side. Anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching folks, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.